What's up, YouTube? Scott Lett here, owner of Pro Exterior Cleaning and Let's Repair It LLC. I'm out here building some business, baby. Come on. I've put in 2 more bids for apartments. Together, they're right at $12,000. So, if I were to start today, I could probably finish both in about 3 weeks. So, that's some good money right there. I went to an area where I haven't been to yet. It's a little country town, about 20 minutes away, and I found 2 apartment complexes that were all vinyl buildings, and they were just covered in just algae and mold. And I said, ding, ding. So I stopped and just let them know who I am. Give them an elevator pitch. Same one I've been talking about for a while. I've mastered it. Told them who I cleaned for, and they were like, yeah, let's definitely move forward with a bid. So, will I get those 2 apartments? One of them I'm pretty confident I will get. The other one I'm not too sure. But we'll see. But anyways, I dropped a video yesterday on my channel. And so what I did is I was just sitting there thinking about how to capture a large audience of people in Tulsa. And I just wanted to take some time to introduce myself to Tulsa, since I'm kind of a new company still here, and to really show them my equipment, my rig, and when do I use certain machinery for certain cleans and this and that. So, because I'm telling you guys, your customers are very interested in your machines and your setup. They're curious. They want to know what you use, and a lot of times I would get jobs and still get jobs because of my current rig. So you guys who are kind of new to the game, you might be running a smaller pressure washer, and you really can't use this tactic. But you guys who have been in it for a while and you now have a nice trailer or a truck or whatever you may have, man, take advantage of that. Make a little video introducing yourself, because people are constantly just seeing pictures, before and after pictures, websites, just a bunch of information. But if you can have a very professional video of yourself, I wouldn't say mine was crazy professional, but it gave me a chance to introduce myself and explain my equipment. And I gave a very brief, thorough walkthrough of my equipment, and I'm telling you, it's going to capture some attention, and people are going to remember me. Let's hire the guy who had all the nice equipment on the nice truck. So that was kind of my mindset. Was they love to see business owners. They want to see you. They want to see more than pictures and a bunch of information. So that's kind of how I went about that. If y'all want to try it, I think it's worth a shot. And if you notice in my video at the very end, I had a very professional looking picture I added as well. So they see you as kind of the blue collar machine, working with machines, getting dirty, but then okay, now he's dressed up like a businessman. So and I always include that picture in all my Facebook ads and Facebook posts, the posts that I boost and run for people to see. Telling you guys, they want to see a face with the business. I think it's very important. So what else I want to talk about? Talked about the apartments that I put 2 bids in on the video that I made yesterday. I posted that on my Facebook business page, and I'm not going to boost it just yet. I'm just going to let it sit there. And probably in about a month, when we get closer to the spring, I'll probably boost that post and probably throw about $200 or $300 at that post, and I'm going to try to reach hopefully around 50,000 people with that post. So I'm doing this for residential work. Commercial, I go out and build that. I go find the work, I research, I make calls, hand out flyers, send emails. But my Facebook ads and boosted posts are for residential mainly. So anyway, so I got a chance to talk to a guy yesterday. He was interested in the cheat sheets, kind of in one of those financial situations, and I told him, I'll give you a free call. So We talked yesterday. I don't know if I was a huge help to him. He has some questions about, marketing and different mixes and stuff to use. So we hit on mixes a little bit, guys. Those are the mixes you use when you first start. Just realize you're going to be downstreaming most of the stuff you're going to be cleaning. My encouragement to him was, look, man, spend some time in the residential world. Don't try to do too much. Like, focus on flat work, cleaning driveways, sidewalks, patios, front porches. The smaller jobs. He has a 2.5 gallon per minute machine, so he's kind of limited on what he can do. And he has an XJet. So when he told me that, I was like, look, man, you can go soft wash houses, you can go do flat work, go buy you, a decent surface cleaner, like a 12-inch, 14-inch with that machine should be fine. And I just told him, man, look, a house is built one brick at a time, but a house is also built on a solid foundation, and that foundation is built in the residential world. That's where you learn, that's where you make your mistakes, that's where junk breaks and you learn how to fix it, and you learn how to overcome adversity. That's where you learn, right? I've had some guys reach out to me and say, man, I just want to hop right into commercial, and they want to go buy all these machines and stuff they don't know anything about. You could probably, there's some guys out there who are, I guess, more gifted in, knowing how to use tools and fix things and stuff. But then there's a lot of guys who aren't. So the residential world, you have to learn. Like, there's gonna be jobs where things break. You're gonna have to repair your machine. But in the commercial world, you have to know how to plan. You have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to formulate a bid, structure bids. You have to know what to look for. Like water source. That's one of the first questions you ask when you go, look at a job for commercial work. Like, what is my water source? Am I going to be able to directly hook up to my water source? Is there even a water source? Am I going to have to use a fire hydrant, get a permit? Like, there's a lot of different factors with commercial work, and you really have to have a certain mindset, and it takes some time to get there. And I'm telling you, the residential world will prepare you for that. It just takes time. And that's what I told him. A house is built brick by brick. Don't try to go buy all these bricks and, try to make this beautiful house really fast. It's got to be a slow build, and I even told him, don't really worry about gutter cleaning. Don't worry about window cleaning. Don't worry about getting on a roof and trying to soft wash a roof. Just keep your feet on the ground, do some flat surface work, do some house washes, and downstream we're using your XJet, and then once you make some money, maybe buy a 12-volt system, a water-fed pole, whatever you want to do that's in a high demand in your area. That research is done on your end, right? I don't know what is high demand in your area, but that is something you have to figure out. And then once you get some money, say window cleaning is a big thing there. Go buy a water-fed pole. If there's a ton of dirty roofs there, invest in a nice soft wash system. If most of your work is flat work, get an 8 gallon per minute machine and a big guy surface cleaner, So I really can't tell you guys what you need to upgrade to, but your upgrade should be, I guess, based on what is in high demand in your area. Don't just bump up to a new machine because that's what everyone else is doing that you see on, YouTube or whatever. Like, really do your research. Know what is in high demand, right? Here in Tulsa, what I've learned is there is a lot of flat work, commercial work. So when I found that out, I went and bought a nice 8 gallon per minute machine. And there's a lot of stucco here with the schools that I clean. So I invested in a 7 gallon per minute soft wash system. So, as demand demands it, that should be your inspiration and the reason you upgrade. Just going out there and just buying a bunch of equipment because that's what you see people doing, that's not very wise. So, anyways, moral of the story is spend some time in residential, appreciate that. That's where you're going to learn. That's where you're going to make your mistakes. That's where you're going to gain your experience. That's where you're going to make some money to make the upgrade. And it's going to get you ready for commercial. So it got me ready. I spent 2 years in residential before I really started focusing on commercial work. So we talked about that. It was a good talk, And then we talked about lead flow, marketing, how do you stay busy, okay? So the guys I'm talking to right now, I can hear there's a little fear in their voice. There's a lot of, they're kind of holding back a little bit because they don't really know what to expect, and I get that. But what we also have to realize is it's January, and you can have work in the slow season, which we're technically still in the slow season, but based on experience and being in this industry for almost 5 years, there is a slow season. So trying to get that lead flow up right now is not really realistic. Like for me, I've been doing this for a while, for like 4.5 years, like I just said. But, I'm knocking down 2, sometimes 3 jobs a day during the busy season. From about March until September, I'm busy. But from November till about now, I may be getting 3 to 5 jobs a week. So that's a significant drop in work. But what I do is, instead of, wasting my time really for those small residential jobs that I may get, I go and try to build business for commercial work, which, I've declared myself a commercial power washer, but, I still do some residential just to stay busy. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is don't set your expectations really high this time of year for having steady lead flow, okay? But it is a great time to run consistent Facebook ads, right? But not really expecting a ton of ROI, return on investment, but it's a long-term game. Like, you want people to see you over and over and over, so when it's time for them to, hey, it's spring, let's do some spring cleaning, they already know who they're going to use because they've seen you constantly. They've seen your great work. They've seen your before and after pictures. They've seen your video of you introducing yourself and your equipment, So, but for you new guys, I really do believe Facebook is it's a great resource. Outside of marketing and advertising, Facebook to me is trash. That's what it's become, at least. Just because, well, no, I'm not going to go there. But Facebook is a great way for you to build your business in the residential world. By taking some high quality pictures, before and afters, and building you a Facebook business page and running ads, and you get to manipulate the price and how much you want to spend on your Facebook ad, okay? I will say this, the more money you spend, the more jobs you're going to get. That's just how it works. That is literally just how it works. But yeah, that was my encouragement to him is, work your inner circle, run those Facebook ads. Once you get a little money, built up, go buy a machine, based on the demand in your area. I'm not telling you to go buy a 4-gallon per minute machine. I'm not telling you to go buy an 8-gallon. I'm not telling you to go buy this surface cleaner. I'm not telling you to go buy this fancy 12-volt system. I'm telling you to buy whatever is in demand in your area and make your rig or your system, whatever you want to call it, as efficient as it can be, and that's how you make your upgrade. So, but yeah, guys, that is my advice as far as lead flow and marketing is this time of year, don't expect to have amazing results in really any form of marketing. And I've said this before, like the commercial world is not really impacted by seasons. Like commercial work's always out there, and I'm out there finding it. Like today, I went to 3 apartments, and they were like, yeah, let's move forward with a bid. I mean, that just blows my mind. I had no idea that was going to happen, but that bumps up my total amount of money in bids for apartments to like $140,000, right? That's insane. Am I going to land all that? No, but that's just more money that I potentially can make, when spring and summer gets here. So what you can do is, during the slow months is continue to run your Facebook ads and just try to land whatever residential jobs you can get, which won't be many, and then do what I'm doing, go out and find commercial work for the new year. Because how apartments work is right now, starting back in September, that's when they formulate their new budget for the new year, and you give them your bid. They're going to try to work your bid within their budget, or the best bid that is submitted by you and other companies, and that's how they select that. Okay, so that's what I would do. That's just my advice is, just don't expect too much this time of year. Just set realistic goals. And that's another thing you can do during the slow season, is that could be your time to really focus on making your rig more efficient, upgrading your equipment, and just really preparing and casting new goals and visions for the new year. There is always something to be done in this industry. So stagnation and waiting around will absolutely kill your motivation, your passion, and ultimately that will lead to your death, I'm telling you. But if you figure out ways to stay busy and get creative and build your business, and you make it past 2 or 3 years, really 2 years, that's probably if you can make it past 2 years, you're going to be fine. That's what I have learned. So anyways, guys, I know I've rambled and rambled and rambled. I just wanted to give you some insight on a few things. And, these calls I have, I want to update you guys and just kind of fill you in on them, because there's a lot of topics out there I hadn't even thought of, but you guys are in the middle of starting your businesses, so you know what questions to ask. So feel free to reach out to me, feel free to call me, and, we can set up, a consultation, and, let me know if you guys want that cheat sheet, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, Scott Lett, Pro Exterior Cleaning, and Let's Repair It LLC. And if any of you guys are interested in, how to do handyman work or get that launched off, get that going, I am definitely here to help you with that. So I've actually started 2 handyman businesses, and they're both successful. So, all right, guys, see y'all later.